Right. Thought I would just speak about this little wog fuckhead that's the Premier of Queensland, running around like it's the Godfather or something like that, but in reverse. Who do you think you're fooling, mate? I will admit, youth crime. I've seen crime of my peers when I was a youth. I was a father when I was 20. It pulled me right out of any trouble. Or most of it. The vast majority. And yes, a lot of my friend group did fall into criminal activity. Mostly petty criminal activity. Almost like they're searching for answers in a world that didn't have any. Searching for the answers that maybe their public education let them down on, or that their parents let them down on. The scourge of divorce, of economic strife, of no direction, of no education, all these things. So I can see you have a solution. You have a solution is kill all the babies and lock up all the fucking naughty kids with helicopters. That sounds like a solution that a government would do, say for like feral pigs or something like that. A government that had a feral pig infestation might buy helicopters and shoot the pigs from the fucking air. So let's see the Crisafulli approach. It's vacuum cleaners and helicopter fucking pigs. Righto, mate. Coat hangers, vacuum cleaners, and helicopter pigs. What's going on in Queensland that this shit is just going on? Is there a staggering youth crime epidemic? I know that my streets here in Western Australia are far from safe, but they've always been far from safe. And why are they far from safe? Well, because this controlled government system on the left and on the right, seems like you guys are all just fucking picnicking outside the Parliament House and playing soggy biscuit on the fucking lawn. And the only consideration that you have is enlarging all of your structures, whether they be helicopter pigs, coat hanger doctors and nurses, woke teachers in public schools. That's advice is you can be whatever the fuck you want, including a fucking slut on the internet and getting fucking filled with cum because the coat hanger fucking things will just vacuum clean you right out. And if one does slip through and does become a criminal, the helicopter pigs will sort it out. Well, not quite that, is it? No, because that wouldn't be economically stimulating, would it? You can't just dispatch them from the helicopters. Not because it's inhumane, because we do it to pigs, so you'd sure as hell do it to fucking kids, wouldn't you? You're already killing the babies before they're born, so you shooting them out of the fucking air wouldn't be a problem morally for you. No, it would economically not be stimulating, because then what would the prison guards do? What would the prison guards do without you vacuum cleaning up all the fucking little Oliver Twists all across the land and shoving them in cages? I don't know what they'd do, mate. Giganticism of government is the problem. It's the problem everywhere on earth because government can't make itself smaller. A little bit like my dick can't make itself smaller when fucking Elle Macpherson walks past me in a fucking G-string. I fucking hate little wog cunts like you. I fucking hate them. Do you know why? Because I used to walk through our streets. There's a street here called, I don't know what the street's called, but in Northbridge there's a couple of streets. Northbridge. It's north of the bridge. The Horseshoe Bridge in Northbridge, just north of Perth train station. It's a bit of a fucking nightlife centre point of our capital city, Perth, here in Western Australia. And it's not the safest place, and it's not the not safest place in Australia. It's somewhere in the middle. But what I would do, so I would go out and I would wander around. I would look for young women and old women, mostly old women, because the older women were less disgusting to my senses. They were more cultured. And so I wanted to experience a higher cultured woman, probably also a woman that's more considerate with her reproductive whatever. Whether I was just providing her with a little fling under the sheet or whether I was providing her with, I'll leave that unknown, I'm not really sure. There's been no follow-up, so I don't know. But sometimes, and I would go to these places and I would wander around, I'd dance to the bands. Live music used to be actually a thing before all the DJs took over. So I'd go to all the live music, I'd go and watch the live bands and I'd go and banter and I'd go to the pubs and I'd drink a couple of beers and I'd wander around until one took me fancy and then that, the rest is kind of history. But occasionally when I was walking in between the pubs, I'd fucking catch eyes with a little wog cunt like you. Not just one of yous, but there'd be one like you with about 6 other mates. And the little fucking mouthy cunt would start, wouldn't he? He'd start like this. He'd go, come on, boy, where the fuck is the water? Come on, bitch. Like that. And they'd start shit. All the fucking time. Never one of them. Never just one. Always a little gang. Little gang of wog cunts. I think in America they call it the mafia or something like that. Little gangs of wog cunts. And sometimes these little fuckwits somehow weasel and fucking deal and whatever their way all the way to the Premiership and the fucking Queensland. And that's called Queensland, man. It's not called fucking Vatican City. It's called Queensland, man. Yeah, you're in the wrong fucking place. I don't know whether anyone's told you, but you're in the wrong place to be dancing around with that fucking devil cunt. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with you? I think you're doing it yourself. To be honest, the Queensland people that I've experienced in my life are very quiet but intelligent. A bit. And this is what you might not know about Australians. If you've only been picking on them as a little wog gang. Sometimes what you might have noticed, what the perspective would have been for you, would have been a bit like this. And you would have been like, and I would have been like, all right, mate. And then I walked off. I walked off like that. And you would have been like, hey, you sit him, man! You sit on fucking boys, I know where I'm looking. And you'd think you're the shit. Wouldn't you? You'd think you're the shit. You, the little wog, loudmouth, fucking, with your boys behind you, spurting to the one Australian walking past, little mouthy cunt, won't you? And then you think you're the big, you think you win that. This is like 8 Mile, mate. But this is way worse than 8 Mile. Way worse, mate, than 8 Mile. Because I don't see any of your boys around you anywhere. What I see is the largest setup of a politician ever accomplished. Ever. The largest paxi fucking donkey fucking fucker. Not the largest, the smallest, but you are like the largest little grub that's ever been set up this way ever. We can't even believe every time you go and take those photos, no one can believe that you're actually going along with it and that you still think that you're doing what you think you're doing. Do you look at the photos? Phone Basil Zemplis in Western Australia. He's our version of you, but he's got a big nose and he's Greek. Yeah, and although he's got the same Mediterranean flair for the fancy things and all the fucking all that shit, right? He's a fast learner. He's like, fucking hell. He's like, holy shit, I'm a moles. What have I done? What have I done? But, and I guess he just looks at his photos a bit harder than you do. Because there is 1,000,001 things we should be doing about fucking youth crime, yeah? The youth of the nation is our largest resource. Misguided youths often turn into the most capable, innovative, effective, brilliant members of adult society, unlike you. And running them through a state-owned facility is not going to allow them to prosper and to thrive to the position that they might achieve without being locked in a cage of government-funded bludgers. Now, I like police. I'm not a criminal, so I like police. Police have helped me a lot. They've hindered me a little bit. But I like police. I don't like when there's too many police. I don't like when there's too many police rounding children up with helicopters like they're feral pigs, because a government can't figure out the downstream or the upstream, issues that are leading to the youth crime epidemic, if there is such a thing. Now, I know in history there's been these youth issues. And from what I've read, there's been a lot worse issues than we have now. My great-grandfather hopped on a ship when he was 12 years old. Long time ago, before your fucking grandparents rocked up here in whatever fucking canoe or fucking steamship they ran away from their Nazi fucking overlords here and found refuge, only to come and try and do the same thing here in disguise. Not them. No, their little wog fucking grandchild. Little fucking David the Crucifoli. A Crucifoli. You spoiled the boy too much. You spoiled him too much, and now he's shooting the kids from a helicopter. This is such a disgrace to the family. Oh no, David, what have you done, David? Please read the Bible, David, please. Please read the Bible. Oh my God, he's a naughty boy. Send him to Western Australia. Let Tony Galadi sort his boy out. He's a no good. He's a no good boy. He's such a no good boy. Oh no. I don't even need the hat. I just wanted to put the hat on because I've got to do that. You can't, without the hat, you can't do this. You can't do like this. Well, you can tell by the way I move my feet that I'm a woman's man. No time to bleed. You can That's a song by the Bee Gees. They're Australian. Yeah? This fucking wog faggot wasn't. Bee Gees are. You're in the wrong country to be pulling this kind of shit, mate. You're definitely in the wrong country. You're in the wrong state. You're surrounded by a bunch of police that think you're a little fucking grub. Because any real policeman doesn't want to fucking dispatch fucking toddlers from a fucking helicopter. It's just that they're in so much fucking debt and they can't afford to live because your state's economic policy must be a bit like my state's economic policy, where only the government job people get looked after, and only the people that do exactly as they're fucking told and get a vaccine that ended up being poisonous get looked after. And you're all fucking going like, holy shit, we better get some fucking helicopters. It doesn't look fucking good around here. Holy shit, we better start shooting kids from helicopters, otherwise we're gonna fucking blah, 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 blah. I've closed my eyes here and I'm imagining you as a little fucking dark-haired boy running around. You can hear the dinner bell ringing. You're running through the cane fields. You've tripped over, you've grazed your knee. The other kids are picking on you. You're fucking not happy. They keep calling you little and you're fucking angry. I'm seeing they were like Islander kids, weren't there? Yeah, some Fijians or something beat you up. You're fucking bitter from it. Well, guess what? I got my fucking head smashed to a fucking pulp and kicked into the fucking floor by an AFL team and then a bunch of fucking Maoris. But I have no problem shaking hands with Maoris. I didn't pursue charges on those children. The first group was children. I don't know about the second group. The first group actually turned themselves in. They were a bunch of Australian young men in a football team that almost killed me. The second group of Maoris didn't turn themselves in. They weren't at the pub. I don't know what they were doing. So yeah, I understand youth crime, mate. I understand it very well. It almost killed me.